Hey viewers, how's it going? It's the Metal Motors 92i8 channel, but please call me Metal. Today, we are looking at a case of a politician basically admitting about not caring for Americans after being asked about American lives getting worse while we are giving tons of tax dollars to Ukraine. This is going to be a very interesting case, so sit back and relax, do whatever you do while watching these videos, and let's get right into it. So the person in question here is former Republican Vice President for former President Donald Trump Mike Pence. He was being interviewed on Blaze TV with political commentator Tucker Carlson about certain issues, and Ukraine happened to be one of them. Now here's the thing, I don't really care for Tucker Carlson or any political commentator for that matter, whether they're Republican or Democrat, left or right wing. Being honest with you guys, I feel like political labels, especially Republicans and Democrats, are starting to mean less and less, as if that wasn't happening already. And to be frank with you guys, this whole case is ammunition for that. I mean, they all say the same things, albeit with different rhetorics, and more so, the result of policy is pretty much the same. I don't want to ramble on all about that right now, but I do want to say that what Tucker Carlson said here actually had me agreeing with him. Now, he definitely said things I strongly disagree with, but that doesn't matter here. I kept saying Tuckle, not Tucker. Sorry, I'm not re-recording that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vice President, have you, I know you're running for president. You are distressed that the Ukrainians don't have enough American tanks. Every city in the United States has become much worse over the past 3 years. Yeah. Drive around. There's not one city that's gotten better in the United States. And it's visible. Our economy has degraded. The suicide rate has jumped. Public filth and disorder and crime have exponentially increased. And yet, your concern is that the Ukrainians, a country most people can't find on a map, who've received tens of billions of U.S. tax dollars, don't have enough tanks. I think it's a fair question to ask, like, where's the concern for the United States in that?
Well, it's not my concern. Tucker, I've heard that routine from you before, but that's not my concern.
Well, he actually admitted it. He actually admitted not only what he thinks, but what pretty much every other politician currently in DC thinks of you. I mean, it's pretty visible at this point that this is what all these Republican and Democrat politicians think of you. Like I said, I don't care for Tucker or any left or right-wing political commentator, but he was spot on when pointing out that our tax dollars are being put into another country, that being Ukraine, while American lives are getting worse. I mean, we live it and see it, so calling me a conspiracy theorist would make you an idiot. I'm sorry, but you won't be receiving any apologies from me ever in your life if you call me that. Rapid inflation from the money printed from the Federal Reserve, rising taxes, rising gas prices, it's all in front of us, and yet there are still those who will defend what's going on and the people responsible for it with every fiber of their will, just like religious fanatics and toxic fans do. What I don't see people talk about is that it's not just people in our generation, that being Gen Z, that act this way. It's people across all age ranges that act this way. But anyways, yeah. Great response to what Tucker was saying about rising inflation, crime, and poverty for American lives. I'll be sure to support you. Alright, bruh. I'm done messing around. Well, for now. So after this whole thing, Pence tried to defend himself on social media and explain that there was added context in the interview. So let's see what he had to say in the interview that he used to try to defend himself online.
I'm running for president of the United States because I think this country's in a lot of trouble.
Well, you took a big shotgun to the face maneuver to your chances of winning any election with this statement, I'd say.
I think Joe Biden has weakened America at home and abroad. And as President of the United States, we're going to restore law and order in our cities. We're going to secure our border. We're going to get this economy moving again. And we're going to make sure that we have men and women on our courts at every level that will stand for the right to life and defend all the God-given liberties enshrined in our Constitution. Anybody that says that we can't be the leader of the free world and solve our problems at home has a pretty small view of the greatest nation on earth. We can do both. And as President of the United States, we will secure our border, we will support our military, we will revive our economy and stand by our values, and we will also lead the world for freedom under my administration. I promise you.
Amen. Vice President Mike Pence, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tucker.
Thank you. Thank you.
I honestly doubt Tucker was being serious there. But anyways, yeah, after making that major slip up, or what I called before a shotgun to the face maneuver, he then gave the generic response you hear from every politician ever. As President of the United States, we will secure our border, we will support our military, we will revive our economy and stand by our values. Like, bruh, what exactly are you going to do to achieve those things? Like, what is your exact plan in detail? It's honestly sad that I'm agreeing with the political commentator because more often than not, left and right wing commentators say things that rub me the wrong way that makes me lose them completely, and Tucker is no exception. But in this case, Tucker was completely right in pointing out that Americans are suffering from problem after problem in this country right now, and yet Mikey Pence over here is concerned about Ukraine having enough tanks. I'll be honest, me personally, I don't think we as Americans should be getting involved in other countries' conflicts unless it's directly involved with us, and that the military spending should be cut drastically. Probably controversial opinions, but I don't care. It's what I think, and I'm entitled to that. I also think we get overly taxed as well, and our tax system is rigged, but that's a subject for another video. But yeah, what's infuriating about this is that pretty much every politician, regardless of whether they are Republican or Democrat, pretty much stands for the same things, and because of that, the outcome, regardless of who you vote for, is roughly the same. Like, for instance, if someone came to me and I didn't know about this whole thing and that person told me Joe Biden or Kamala Harris said this here, I would totally believe it. Now, those two are a whole case of their own, so I'm not going to get in on about them, but all you need to know for now is that I do not like them at all, not as people or their policies. And here's another thing. People are more concerned about which politician makes the most promises and has the best delivery on it, or who makes the best humor and one-liners, than actual policy. And these people have the nerve to essentially insult and or lecture you if you say that you vote or support any third parties. The good news is that people are waking up to this nonsense. I'm very happy about that. It actually makes me feel good about life because it's a sign for me that humanity is not declining like we thought. I don't know what can be done about this madness exactly. Let me know in the comments if you do, because I don't know. You'll get a free heart if you do. So that's about it for this video. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. Also go to my Instagram at metalmotors92i8 to submit its story through the DMs and I'll tell it on the channel. I also have a Patreon, also metalmotors92i8, if you feel like supporting me further as a creator. Be sure to click on one of the videos on screen right now.